Well, as tension continues in the valley, the terrorists have struck once again. In the latest incident, terrorists have attacked the security forces in North Kashmir's Baramulla district, in which 2 army jawans and a policeman have lost their lives. 5 people have also been injured in that particular terror attack. The terrorists managed to flee after ambushing the security forces, and now a massive manhunt has been launched to nab the terrorists who carry out the attack. Sources have told India Today that the Indian Army will also be scaling up the anti-terror operations in the valley in the next few days. These operations were scaled down after the terror commander Burhan Wani was killed in the encounter.
हमने इसमें जो कार्रवाई करनी है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन स्टार्ट किया है और जो भी इसके लिए जिम्मेवार होगा उसको जो कानून का जो वो दिखाया जाएगा।
सर, रात को 2-2:30 बजे करीब आर्मी का कन्वाई में फायरिंग हुआ था और उससे आर्मी का 2-3 जवान घायल हुआ। सिविल पुलिस का एक डेथ हो गया। अभी इस जगह को रेकी करके मतलब एरिया को साफ कर रहा है।
Tension continues to mount in the valley with the increase in the number of civilian deaths and the number of injured being continuously rushed to the hospitals. The death toll has gone up, and so has the worry of the government to control the situation. There has been a call for 72-hour-long march towards the UN that has been given out by the separatist parties now, and most parts of the valley, including Kashmir Valley, has been sealed off. People are not allowed to move out. There's curfew in place and very strict restrictions being imposed. At this point of time, one can only hope that the situation somehow goes a little better, but despite government's efforts of ensuring that restrictions are put in place, it doesn't seem to be getting any better. The opposition parties have called for a meeting today and have decided to go to the president and express their feelings of the fact that the government has failed on the ground. There are many incidents of violence which are being reported even as we speak from various parts of the valley. With cameraman Tariq, Shujaul Haq in Srinagar for India Today.
Let's go straight now to India Today's Shujaul Haq, who joins us live. Shuja, the security personnel and the government face an uphill task and twinned, tasks that lie ahead of them. First is to tackle the infiltration happening in the north of Kashmir and to tackle the terrorists in South Kashmir who are only fueling the unrest in the valley. How do they manage to achieve both?
That said, Avantika, there is a double trouble for the government. On one side, there is a massive unrest, civilian unrest that is prevailing in the valley for last 40 days. And the extent of the unrest can only be, explained by the fact that many parts of the valley, particularly, those towards the hinterland in South Kashmir, are those where constantly there are protests and clashes happening. Some of the areas we're getting reports that the security forces do not want to venture in because they want to avoid, confrontation with the local people. So that is one challenge that they will have to, meet. And on the other side, there is an increase in the level of militancy. Remember, Avantika, we've been reporting about it. There, in many rallies in South Kashmir, the militants have been seen openly addressing the crowd. Some of the places we've been getting reports that during the night they have seen militants, openly walking. And now these incidents of, shooting and targeted killings is clearly double trouble for the government to handle. One, they'll have to find a political solution, reach out to people so that the tempers are calmed down a little, and at the same time, they'll have to meet this challenge of the escalation in the violence as well.